Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to continue to be your daily advocate. If you're new here or you're not subscribed for any reason, please do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button. Thank you to all of you who have been watching and following me for so long. It truly means a lot, and I'm glad that I can be this person.
Ripple hired law firm Perkins Coie in 2012 to examine its business strategy and identify any potential legal issues. After the legal firm's initial investigation, Ripple submitted a new proposal in February 2012. In October 2012, Perkins Coie wrote to Ripple co-founders Chris Larsen and Jed McCaleb, expressing concern about the possibility that Ripple credits, also known as XRP, would be classified as a security. There is a risk that Ripple credits will be regulated as prepaid access under the Bank Secrecy Act, which regulates prepaid access providers and sellers, the analyst said. Despite the fact that the company and founders do not intend to sell Ripple credits to the general public at the time of distribution, they may be resold in the secondary market and thus fall under the definition of prepaid access, which is access to funds or the value of funds that have been paid in advance and can be retrieved or transferred at some point in the future through an electronic device or vehicle. The legal firm issued a warning to Ripple, telling them not to promote Ripple credits as an investment opportunity. Ripple should also get a no-action letter from the Securities and Exchange Commission, according to the law firm. If Ripple credits are purchased and sold in the secondary market, individuals purchasing Ripple credits may do so with the expectation of increased value caused by increased demand and limited supply. Although we understand this rationale to be incidental to the primary purpose, there is a risk that Ripple credits will be classified as investment contracts and subject to federal securities regulation to the extent that they are pushed with the expectation of profit due to the efforts of the company, founders, and/or others promoting the Ripple credits. What these legal documents reveal is that Ripple received legal advice indicating that its revised business strategy in dealing with XRP put it in the best possible position to avoid being placed in the same situation as it is now. Guys, this week I came upon a very interesting website. See the link in the description below. It's called Stable Pool, and everyone who registers on their website until October 31st will receive up to $50 in crypto. It's a new platform, but during the first week, they received more than $80 million of investments. They also have a partnership with a Japanese exchange called TaoTaoX.com. When you go to their website, you can immediately claim the free $50. After that, you go to Top Up on the left side of the screen. Then at the right, you select a currency and enter the amount you want to deposit. After that, you are free to go and earn money. Note, I'm not a financial advisor, and investing is always at your own risk, namely being the target of a Securities and Exchange Commission enforcement action. Do you know if they followed the memo or not? If you've been following the case, let us know in the comments section. When Ripple first received the memo in February, they changed their business plan to include selling XRP to wholesale exchanges rather than individual retail buyers. They also focused on obtaining private equity funding in order to complete the development of XRP Ledger after receiving the memo. Although we believe that a compelling argument can be made that Ripple credits do not constitute securities under the federal securities laws, given the lack of applicable case law, we believe that there is some risk, albeit small, that the Securities and Exchange Commission disagrees with our analysis, the memo concludes. The more the founders and company promote Ripple credits as an investment opportunity, the more likely the SEC will intervene and argue that Ripple credits are investment contracts and thus securities under federal securities laws. Despite the fact that the Securities and Exchange Commission was aware of Ripple's activities with XRP until they decided to file a lawsuit 8 years later, the Securities and Exchange Commission did not dispute that interpretation and did not declare XRP to be a security, as we all know. The Securities and Exchange Commission filed a complaint against Ripple Labs on December 23, 2020, alleging that the company made $1.3 billion by selling XRP tokens as unregistered securities. Following that, the company claimed that XRP is more of an instrument for international payments facilitation than a non-registered investment product, and that the agency's authority does not extend to the token's scope or sales. Unlike many others, Ripple has chosen to fight to the bitter end and participate in a legal battle. If the Securities and Exchange Commission wins, The case law will back up the agency's claim that it has the authority to regulate a large portion of the cryptocurrency market by applying proven securities rules. If Ripple succeeds, it will show that the market for digital assets requires a more appropriate regulatory framework. The desire to impose Securities and Exchange Commission laws on the markets will be extinguished if Ripple wins. Ripple has chosen to litigate rather than reach a quick settlement. However, this does not rule out the possibility that a quick settlement will be reached in the future, perhaps by August. We understand that the primary reason for purchasing Ripple credits is to facilitate online commerce, not to interact in speculative investment trading, reads a statement in the memo. As a result, Ripple credits should not be considered securities due to their commercial nature. As a result, Ripple followed the legal advice contained in the October 2012 memo. Later in 2018, Director Hinman's remarks reaffirmed the legality of Ripple's actions at the time. Furthermore, when Ripple sought out and discussed its activities with the Securities and Exchange Commission, the agency never informed them that they were involved in any criminal activity. Ripple had received no advice up to that point, indicating that it didn't need to register with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Ripple operated for 8 years under the assumption that it was following the law until the complaint was filed. Given all of the facts, we believe the Securities and Exchange Commission is simply trying to intimidate Ripple. What are your thoughts? Furthermore, James K. Phelan, a Connecticut-based attorney who has been following the SEC versus Ripple case on Twitter, expressed his thoughts on the legal documents. While there was a small risk that the Securities and Exchange Commission would disagree, Perkins Coie concluded that Ripple credits should not be considered securities in the October memo. Ripple could also take steps to reduce the risk of the Securities and Exchange Commission siding with Perkins Coie, according to the memo. The memos cover a wide range of legal issues, and we believe they demonstrate Ripple's diligence. In addition, it was 5 years before the Securities and Exchange Commission even mentioned digital tokens. It appears to me that Ripple was taking a proactive approach, which is critical. There's nothing in these memos that suggests Ripple was reckless or oblivious to any significant risks. The memos, on the other hand, suggest that Ripple was being cautious. Finally, Brad Garlinghouse responds to Stuart Alderoty's tweet by saying, "The conclusion of these now public 2012 memos is clear. XRP does not constitute securities." Ripple should be applauded for seeking legal advice from a prominent firm in 2012 in the absence of clear case law and 5 years before the Securities and Exchange Commission even started talking about digital assets. "The truth is out for everyone to read," Garlinghouse replied. The Securities and Exchange Commission waited 8 years to decide that they disagreed with this analysis, decimating tens of thousands of XRP holders in the process. So much for being driven by a mission. In a recent interview with Fox Business, Gensler reiterated his viewpoint in light of the growing regulatory uncertainty, especially since various applicants or funds such as Grayscale, Van Eck, and others have failed to meet the regulatory watchdog's requirements. This time around, Gensler reiterated his position, saying, "I continue to say, come in and work with the SEC. Register under the new securities laws. It's probability weighted, but your platform has 75, 500, or thousands of tokens. It's highly unlikely that none of them are security personnel." Ripple is being investigated by the SEC for claims that XRP is an unregistered security. On the contrary, Ethereum was given regulatory approval, and it is now widely accepted that Ethereum is not a security. When asked about it in the above-mentioned interview, Gensler declined to elaborate. The conceptual framework, he did say, was the public investing money, anticipating profits on the efforts of others. Raising money from the public issue side is a fundamental bargain of full and fair disclosure and anti-fraud protections, he added. And you register with the Securities and Exchange Commission, which is a government agency, and that's really what we're trying to do here, help you keep your basic bargain. We're technology neutral. If people want to invest or speculate in this field, the SEC's chair added, then these tokens and, more importantly, the trading and lending platforms come in, register, and do things legally, rather than trying to get around the law. Also, another reason to believe Ripple will win its SEC lawsuit is that a lawyer who specializes in such cases recently stated that he believes Ripple's case has merit. Hall is a partner at the reputable firm Davis Polk, whose practice focuses on capital markets, which is precisely the subject of Ripple's case. It is fortunate for Ripple that such a person sympathizes with the company, as it indicates that a leading expert believes the company is correct. I'm not sure what the SEC is planning on proving through the XRP litigation either, Hall said in a recent podcast. I'm still perplexed as to why the SEC pursued that case. Their entire regulatory project could be effectively shut down if they lose all of their merits here, and I believe there's a good chance they will. Essentially, Hall believes that the SEC's case is so weak that it should never have been brought in the first place. That is unquestionably good news for Ripple. Despite the fact that Hall is not a party to the case, lawyers in general have a lot of experience dealing with judges in their fields and are familiar with how they think. If Hall believes this, there's a good chance the judge does as well. A victory for Ripple over the SEC would be strikingly positive for XRP investors.
So enjoy your day, everybody. I'm always here for you. Leave any comments or questions below, and be sure to subscribe. But thanks, everybody. I really appreciate you. Enjoy your day, and I always have your back. So thanks so much, everybody.